Last episode, we built this wizard tower starter base, and as much as I'd like to complete the interior today, my progress is kind of being bottlenecked by our tools and the amount of XP we have. So today we are going to be building an XP farm to help us get the levels we need to continue this series. And the first block we have to collect is smooth stone, which means we need to get regular stone, which means we need to get cobblestone. And that kind of sucks because we can't just use our silk touch pick because it's almost broken. But we are going to do some strip mining in the mountains. This way we get all the cobblestone we need and we'll get some extra iron and coal along the way. So now let's take some of that cobblestone and make some additional furnaces, throw those down, get some coal ready, and start smelting that cobblestone into regular stone. Now we just gotta wait a while for everything to cook up, and then we throw the stone back in the furnace again to get the smooth stone. And then it's basically just rinse and repeat. I have to do that process like 5 more times now. But while we wait, let's give these sheep a haircut. They're looking extra chonky today. And we're gonna take that wool and turn it into carpets because we are going to be needing like 10 stacks of carpets for the farm. And that's because we're making a creeper farm, and the carpet will help stop spiders from spawning. Let's also keep collecting this honey as we go, just in case we decide to do something with it later. Now while the next few rounds of stone are smelting, we are going to start mining a bunch of these trees, and we're doing that for a number of reasons. The 2 most important of which are needing space for the mega base that is eventually going to go here, and we are going to need over 1,000 oak trapdoors to make sure this farm runs properly. And trapdoors aren't exactly cheap as far as wood goes, so we really have our work cut out for us. Man, complimentary reimagined shaders just can't be beat, dude. But anyway, I'm making my first ever chest boat. I never realized how helpful these things are because I've never built a base like this around water before, but we knocked down a ton of trees and got the trapdoors we need, so we are going to begin transferring items over to the location we are going to be building in. And I think we want to kind of have it far out in the ocean, but not too far away from the starter base. I think around here should be good. Now, the only problem is I have to swim down to the bottom of the ocean and attempt to pillar up without drowning myself. God, please no. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's keep going. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to record epic Minecraft gameplay. Start throwing some chests down on this little platform and begin storing the items we need for the build right here. So now with the basic supplies gathered, we are going to begin building the actual farm itself. And this time, instead of starting with the exterior of the XP farm, we are going to start with the inner workings of the farm. That way we can use the farm as we go along to help keep our tools alive while we collect the rest of the supplies we need to make the farm look pretty. And I'm basically building the same creeper farm that was in my hardcore world, using small spawn platforms with trapdoors and carpets to prevent every type of mob from spawning except for creepers, and connecting the platforms together at the bottom with stone and water buckets to create a funnel for the creepers to fall into. By the way, if you want this design for yourself and the entire Lightmatica file for this build, you can find them over on my Patreon under the $10 Diamond Mincy tier. I also have a cheaper $3 Gold Mincy tier that will give you access to everything the Diamond tier has except for my build schematics. So for just $3 a month, you get access to exclusive Discord roles, member shoutouts, behind the scenes exclusive content, and early access to ad-free versions of all my videos. And I'd like to take a moment to thank all my current Patreon and channel members. You all are quickly becoming the lifeblood of this channel, and I cannot thank you enough for helping me pursue my passion. But now I have to navigate these platforms and remove all of these torches. And I'm going to block off the bottom of this build and throw down the water buckets so the funnel can start working. And even though this farm doesn't have any walls yet, the creepers should still spawn when it's nighttime, so we can use this farm for now, albeit for only half of the Minecraft day cycle. But I'm gonna whip up a sword real quick and start using this creeper farm. It's so nice not having to stress about the durability of my tools anymore, I gotta be honest. We do still need to light up the top though, because we have some unwanted guests up there and they're kind of affecting the spawn rates, so they gotta go. I'm also going to want to take our scaffolding and tower them up to where our killing platform will be, and then I'm going to spend some time collecting experience. With over 30 levels collected, it's time to enchant this sword. And honestly, that's terrible. I mean, that's really bad, but I only wanted sweeping edge because this is going to be our killing sword, so I don't really mind. We're also going to murder some of these sheep for more food because we are running low on yummies. We'll get those cooking, and while we wait, we can test out that new sweeping edge enchantment. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, this is much better. Now it's time to start gathering the supplies for the exterior of the build, the first of which is a bunch of grass and dirt blocks. Next up, now that we have restored both our pickaxes, we are going to head back up to the mountains to mine some more cobblestone and stone, because we are going to need more of those blocks as well. Maybe I should invest in a cobblestone farm. I feel like that would save us a significant amount of time. With all that stone collected, it's time that we start crafting up the next block we need, which is stone bricks. And then we are going to take those stone bricks and smelt them up once again to create some cracked stone bricks. And I actually think this might be the first time I've ever used cracked stone bricks in a build, which is kind of weird considering the amount of castle structures I make, but regardless, I'm kind of excited for this. Another stone type block we need is andesite, so we are gonna gut that shit down right quick. And then after that, we're going to need to swallow up some tuff, and I think we need to go deeper into some of these caves to find said tuff. So I'm a little nervous for that, but we should be fine. I am begging your finest pardon, get the fuck out of my game. Like, what are we doing? There we go. There seems to be a bunch here, so let's just grab all of this. Hey, and we even found some diamonds too. That's pretty awesome. I do need more of those. Wait, there's no way we found more. We got some lapis too, and some gold, and another vein of diamonds. We are up to 43 diamonds. Dude, people are gonna start to think this is scripted. There's no shot we just found more. I literally just got done with I've only been mining here for like 10 minutes. All right, you know what? Here are my coordinates for where I'm mining, and this is my world seed. Now you guys can go look for yourself, because I'm not even going to lie, that looks suspicious as full. Let's take all our tuff and the absolutely absurd amount of diamonds we found back to the surface and up to the creeper farm. Now, one of the more annoying blocks we need to get is dripstone, and I think the last time I found some was on my live stream a few nights ago, way out across the ocean, so we're gonna have to head out there. And just to quickly mention, you guys should have your channel notifications on if you want to see my live streams. It's a really good way to see a lot of footage that isn't included in my hardcore videos. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like this video. I think we found it. Yeah, there we go. They're in this cave here, so let's grab some. We should only need one stack of this, but I'm going to grab a few just because I like this block so much. But now let's head back to base using our very helpful and trusty chest boat. And since we have a ways to go, I figured now would be the perfect time to do the comment of the day section of the video. So today's comment of the day comes from Dionysus Gaming, or Dionysus Gaming. I'm sorry if I pronounce that wrong. Dionysus Gaming. I found you when I was searching for quote-unquote salvage punk or solar punk Minecraft builds on YouTube, and it was your video on the bone meal farm, which was the video before your announcement that you lost your hardcore world. I'm so excited to watch you start a new journey with a new hardcore world. Your builds are phenomenal. So first of all, of course, thank you for the compliment, but I actually wanted to talk about something different that this comment kind of points out, and that's the idea of salvage punk and solar punk styles of building in Minecraft. I really think you guys should check out these two styles of building. They're really on the come up in the Minecraft community, and to be completely honest, I think they are kind of going to be the next medieval building. They're the next big category that everybody is going to be obsessed with, I think. And if you are interested in seeing builds like this, check out my regular survival series. Those videos are nowhere near as highly edited as my hardcore ones, but a lot of people tell me they're very relaxing and they really enjoy it, so consider checking out that series as well. But yeah, once again, thank you for the comment, and definitely check out some solar punk builds. They're really cool. With the dripstone in our possession, there's just one more block that we need, and that's actually polished basalt. So we need to head to the nether and carefully navigate our way to a basalt delta and get as much of that as we possibly can carry. But now that we finally have all the blocks we need, it's time to organize them and start building. It has been very, very rainy today for some reason, but we have gotten the first half of this build done, which is the stone and dirt base. I do, however, want a winding path going up to the structure itself, so we are going to throw down some coarse dirt and some path blocks to help us get that looking good. But with that, it's time to get back to building. Alright my friends, the majority of this build is done and the creeper farm is fully functional. And honestly, I thought this farm wasn't going to be as efficient as the last one, but it seems to be working really, really well. And for the last step of this build, we are going to be throwing in some smaller details to help us get a more finished look. I'm also going to throw some torches under moss carpets to make sure this area is lit up without having any exposed lighting, and I'm going to slab off most of the rocks at the bottom of the build where the torchlight can't reach. That way no mobs can spawn anywhere other than inside the creeper killing chamber itself. Now the final details I want to put in go up in the holes that are dotted around the build. This island is supposed to serve as a prison for all the creepers, kind of like a creeper Alcatraz, and that's why it's so bland looking. And I added these holes around the base to make it look like there had been a few escape attempts, so we are going to fill in the holes with spruce fences and iron bars to make it look like the inner frame of the building has been exposed by explosions. But that is the build complete. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I know that perhaps this build isn't as vibrant and as jarring as many of my other builds, but I really do love the way it looks. I also experimented a bit with the dripstone and some mud blocks as well to kind of make it look like there are just some discolored patches in the build to add some extra texture and detail into it, and I think that worked pretty good. I also added this little dock area for us to pull up on our chest boat in. I think it's going to be very useful, and it's a good way for us to include natural storage for all of the gunpowder that we're eventually going to get. And yes, I know this base and all of the rocks are not connected to the ground, but the ocean in this area is just so incredibly deep that it would be very dangerous for me to attempt to do that right now, considering the fact I don't have respiration on my current helmet. But don't worry, as soon as I have armor that's going to allow me to stay underwater for an extended period of time, we're going to be connecting this thing to the ground in one of my live streams. I just really need to make sure that I'm actually going to live through that process first. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you do want to download this build, it will be available for all of my Patreon members. And thank you to the rest of you who have been subscribing to the channel over the past couple of days. We've gained over 10,000 subscribers in under a week, and that's just absolutely insane. And I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you for providing me with this opportunity to pursue my dreams. Every single comment, every single follow, every single like, every single minute you guys spend watching my videos contributes to this process. So just again, thank you for everything. But with that said, I gotta get going because I've got more work to do.